Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we are going to be talking about the one and only Kaspa, ladies and gentlemen. There is some news regarding Kaspa. Also, want to talk about a comment that I saw on Twitter regarding Kaspa and just a few other things. Of course, we're also going to dive into the technical analysis, right? Where are great buying opportunities? Where do I think reversals will happen? And where do I see Caspa in the near future, let's say up to a few weeks. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So first off, right, in terms of news, there's not too many things, but this is what has come out a few days ago. We can see from Caspa, it says it's fast, right? Caspa is the fastest layer one proof of work block DAG today, and its unique architecture allows it to scale beyond what traditional POW chains can achieve. With fully confirmed transactions in 10 seconds, this makes Caspa ideal for everyday transactions. Crescendo HF coming in April will offer 10 BPS. So, pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, we are at 1 BPS and we will be 10 times better in April. So, roughly 1 to 2 months maximum, we will be pack a punching Caspa, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, from a fundamental side, that is fantastic news. That is a huge boost for the project. And yes, I do expect Caspa to gain a lot of momentum and great price action over those next few months when this does get released. So we can see there's a little video, right? Pretty much nothing special, right? Just it's just telling us what it is, right? We can read more about Caspa and its benefits. And if we do go to the site, ladies and gentlemen, this is highly what I recommend. If you want to learn about Caspa, this is where you can get all the information for free and very, very quickly, right? So we can see Caspa is about fastest transactions, instant confirmation, other stuff, right? We go to click and click here on learn more and it actually does nothing. Oh, it goes down here. Okay. So yeah, so we have all this information over here, and we can see you have the simply put version and the technically speaking one, right? So, for those that have trouble comprehending, certain technical terms, some of the technology, or simply just struggle to understand, you can always just go on simply put, right? And it'll make it much, much more easier. They'll kind of just dumb it down. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. They just make things in a very nice, simple way. And you can see they have this for everything, right? And even, ladies and gentlemen, if you want it even more simply put, right, there's this page pretty much where you pretty much just get the key points for Caspa when it comes to transactions, it being scalable, security, right? The ghost, the block, the rust, everything, right? Obviously, the more simple it is and the less, news there is about it, the less written about it. You won't be able to cover everything in just a couple sentences, but you'll get the gist of it and you'll get the core ideas and principles about Caspa and what it does in these specific sectors. So that is what I want to talk about. Listen, there was one comment here, ladies and gentlemen, that's funny, got actually hidden by Caspa. Look, are ya a scammers? So clearly someone with poor education, or maybe it's not their first language. What about price action? Caspa again dumped, you know, 10% every day down and down. Stop scamming. I mean, look, there's either three things. Either this person, it's English is not the first language. Either this person is just literally brain dead, or this is like some kind of child or teenager. But we can see, ladies and gentlemen, people call anything a scam just because it drops in price. And that is very foolish. And I see people, sometimes in my comments, sometimes on the internet, sometimes anywhere on other people's YouTubes and comments and just anywhere on social media. Everything is a scam according to people. And I think the reality is you're just uneducated. Some things could be a scam, right? If you're talking about a specific project, but something like Caspa is not a scam and it won't be a scam, right? It just won't. There's certain coins that's literally impossible for it to be a scam at this point, but people will hate, on crypto generally speaking. There's still such a good amount of people in this world that just think it's a scam. They think, even I got a comment the other day or 2 days ago. People are saying I'm rug pulling, right? And this was people that have nothing to do with thing. I left a comment somewhere on there, some different thread, and they're like, "You rug pull your viewers." Yeah, guys, I've created a coin. I've created all these cryptocurrencies, and I'm selling on you. I just laugh and ignore because it's just genuinely funny how ignorant people are when it comes to the markets. Everyone thinks they know everything, but the reality is, there's a reason only why 3 to 5% of people make money each cycle. There's some people, clowning on this person, but I just want to talk about that because that is a general thing. A lot of people have to deal with, a lot of coins have to deal with. And look, most of them are going to be solid or great projects in the future. Now, when we go to Caspa's price action, I really, really like it because there have been coins selling off at a decent rate, and Caspa's been holding very, very strong, right? When we go to something like on the daily chart, we can see when we zoom out that Caspa's under a big, big resistance. Now, this would cause some red flags if I didn't know the context of the market and if I didn't see Caspa being the project it is, right? If this was some kind of trash meme coin, then yes, I would be concerned saying, well, we just lost this big support, right? Retest multiple times. I expect things to go a little lower or possibly die off. But since it is not a trash meme coin, it is actually a coin with proper utility behind it, a great future, and lots of volume and support behind it, I expect things to turn around. Even on a day where we were actually selling off a little bit, Caspa pretty much came back to the price it initially started, right? Any type of selling pressure there was kind of just got rejected. And I do expect a little bit more of a sell off, generally speaking, right? Just because of Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin might go down another 2, 3, 4,000 maximum, and that's going to be the case. Caspa will have another moment where it does go a little bit lower. We have talked about how Caspa's buying opportunities are, roughly in the 9 cent area. I think just around 9 cents or above 9 cents is going to be probably the maximum you can get it for the cheapest. I personally wouldn't be too stingy with Caspa's price when looking to be buying it. You have to remember when you're going to be selling, you're also not going to be selling at the literal perfect price at the literal top. So you got to get comfortable with buying at extremely great prices, at excellent prices. And it's the same thing for selling, right? So right now, overall, Caspa under 10 cents for me, that is a bargain. That is a snatch. I personally think it's a great time to buy. Obviously, there was fantastic moves we talked about for months now, where I was talking about I personally had a buy limit at 8.5 cents, and then when I saw Caspa in the moment drop below these weekly lows, right? These weekly lows over here of 7.6 cents, right? I was also buying more, so I got a nice average of about roughly 7.9 cents, 8 cents somewhere there, and I'm chilling right now. But 10 cents, 9.5, 9.7. That's also a fantastic price. Remember, a lot of people in hindsight, they're always going to be like, well, I should have bought down here when, Caspa is going to be all the way, somewhere up, up here eventually, right? And look, where do I think Casper is going to go over the next little while? I'm going to say this overall for the next 3 to 5 weeks. I genuinely believe that the worst times are pretty much behind us. Like I said, there may be one final little dip, but overall, I expect things to be looking good. I expect Caspa to get above 10 cents, and I expect Caspa to start taking back some of these highs. In about a couple weeks, I expect Caspa to be roughly back at the 15, 16 cent zone because, as you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again, right? When we take the Fibonacci tool and we used to put over here, 15 cents was roughly where it was buyers taking over because of the 50% mark. Now, if we use the same philosophy and we do it over here, right now it's going to be roughly 14 cents, which does make a lot of sense. So I believe we will be around the 14, 15 cent area in just a few weeks. And I believe, we will be seeing great bullish price action because we have the big update in April also coming up. And I also expect the markets to already have recovered and, been on track for altcoin season. So the next few weeks, I expect Caspa to start breaking these highs, right? Reclaiming them, creating higher highs and higher lows, something like this, generally speaking, over the next 3 to 5 weeks. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.